Yo, what is going on, everybody? Hope you are well. We are going to get to Division 4 today. And yeah, hopefully it won't be too difficult, but that remains to be seen. After all, we know the pain of solo queue at the moment is pretty high. As a lot of people have told me, and I've experienced in this series, you know. Gotta be honest, experienced a lot of pain. So we are looking to do the same as always. Give ourselves a lot of space as second man, not get under the ball as second man. Take our time and do the unexpected. I think that's quite an important thing to say there, do the unexpected. Although it sounds obvious. If I do what's expected, the opponents will be ready for it. If I do what they don't expect, they won't be. So that's how you want to consider and think about this game. So right here, I push the ball, probably look for a demo. Nice. I bump 50. And really we want to get some pads now. And there we go, we get the mid boost, and we'll probably get the back boost because they're pushing it forward, yep. And then block the inside, and there it is. It's a good bump from them, but look how much time I wasted there. Ideally, you'd go off the ceiling and just jump off the wall and go for that. But again, there's no one about, so we don't have to hit that away. So see how our teammate instinctively goes up for an aerial because they've been taught to use mechanics, but what was the point there? And again, if we're in a good position, we don't really need to move. And that's off. What you're going to think of with, like, when you buy your net, is everything should work for you. Like, if they don't get it on that rectangle that you're blocking, and I mean, you can block quite a bit of that rectangle, especially if they're just forcing the ball through, they can't really create. A lot of it works for you. It'll bounce the ball back into your favour. So it's absolutely fine to have them go at you here. We just block stuff like that because that is dangerous. But otherwise, like that, look, it's a free ball for us. So we use the aggression of the opponents to get very easy balls. And inside to outside, if you ever lose vision of the opponent, you can always go inside to outside. That was a great dodge because the shot was on target as well. That would have been a goal. Had we managed to... had they not reacted, so it's a reaction from them again, just preventing the ball coming around the backboard. And here again, we have to prevent that ball. Anything that bounced off the corner, you have to go for its first man. There was a comment in the last video saying, oh, you know, you said about doing this and you've done that. You should always, I've never not said to protect the middle. I've always said first man should protect the middle. And if you lose the ability to protect the middle, you have to block it. Like, you just have to protect the middle. So, nah, that is the thing to do. That's always been the thing to do. And there is no if, buts or maybes, you know, where that could be a different situation. You just defend the middle and you will rank up. I see my teammate there. A lot of spins there, a lot of unnecessary aerial plays, but thankfully, last man dives in, so I'm just going to let them know I've got it. They don't do anything, you just tap it in. Good stuff there. Again, actually the teammate didn't hit the ball, they actually, to the opponent, redirected it to their corner. Had they just waited and not gone so fast and not believed in the momentum and believed it more in you know, in positioning like that, where we can just be still. I mean, as long as we're in the right position, we don't have to be moving around. Momentum, yeah, we don't need to worry about that. Often the more momentum you have, the more difficult things become, because you're traveling so fast you just can't get anything done. And here we go. So yeah, thank you everyone for the feedback, support. I do appreciate it. A couple of people have been asking, where's Ben? How's Ben getting? I can tell you, Ben is doing really well. Like I've said in one of the previous episodes, he's almost now, believe it or not, let me just look. Last time I looked, he was Diamond 1 Division 3. Let's see if I can find him. And he is Diamond 1 Division 3, 7-game win streak, and he's almost Platinum 2 in ones as well. So from gold to almost Platinum 2, and from, I think when we first met him, he was Platinum 1 Div 3. That's better than me. Good shot from him actually to actually go for that. So he's gained, I mean, let's have a look on the side here. Platinum 1 Div 3, yeah. So he was almost 7, and so he's gained almost 200 MMR. So that's pretty damn impressive. And, you know, I haven't been able to work with him for about a month, but we are getting back into it. I am catching, basically I'm playing catch up at the moment, guys. I'm still catching up on loads of stuff here from the break and sessions and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get the bulk of this done. We've got until up to Champ 3. Like, I haven't played Rocket League in a long time, so I'm going to de-rust myself as well. And hopefully I'll have time to edit Ben's series episode over a weekend. and get that done. Right, so back into this. We always try to move the ball into space. Like, a lot of people really do throw everything away and just push the ball forward into the opponents. We're trying to move it into space. Like here, this is safe, so we don't need to hit this. Go for the boost instead. That way we pull them out and take them into deep waters, and then we try and drown them. I think my teammate got that boost, so that's good. Take it to the corner, that's fine. Unfortunately, get bumped, but as long as we block it, we should be okay, which we are. It's fine. Absolutely fine. People say, but your teammate could have hit it. They would have hit it right into the opponent. We've got a 1-goal lead. If anything, I'd rather put the ball in defense because I know there are much less gaps when the ball's in defense. Like here, there's less gaps. That's just a fact of the matter, unless I do something terrible like that. But there are less gaps in defense because the majority of things in defense work for you. The reason people don't think that to be the case is because of the defending quality. But if people actually played the correct defensive strategy, they would find out that it's actually better to have the opponent attack you, because you then have more room to move around the opponent. You actually get more space. So we are with Nasty. I went to a gym in Stoke-on-Trent once, and it had, I don't know if anyone's ever watched the Dorian Yates thing. It had Dorian Yates' old lat pull-down machine, the old lat crusher, Nautilus one, like a legendary machine. And it's signed by the guy who was his training partner. If you know what I'm talking about, if you type in Dorian Yates Blood and Guts, if you go to the gym, you need to watch that before you go to the gym. You'll PR everything. He's got the most intense training partner. He's like, yes, come on, Dorian, let's get nasty. Right? Brilliant. It's wicked, honestly. And so it just made me think of that. But when you're doing the lat crunch, I went to this gym, I was doing the lat crunch thing. And as you pull it down, he signed it, the guy, and it just says, let's get nasty. It's brilliant. Love it. Yeah, check that out if you're into the gym. If you're into the gym, you probably know Dorian Yates is. I think he was 6-time Mr. Olympia. 6-time, I believe. Could be wrong. 7, possibly. I think 6. He was the guy who was around for the mass monsters. Anyway, let's get back into Rocket League. People aren't interested in that. So we're just going to try and stay central. And a couple of people have said, you know, can you just put a game where you're just picking out the fundamentals that have gone wrong? And I can absolutely. So let's just get into it. So hit the ball directly at me in a low shot. Teammates turned on the rotation, which isn't necessarily that bad. Hit the ball away for no reason into a 2-player defense. We take our time here. That's good. Obviously, they just hit the ball back to me. Taking that time. Teammate hits the ball away. Dives forward with 0 boost. Continue to push forward with 0 boost. Still hasn't come back with 0 boost. Still waiting for them, and they've now got boost. And then they're going to run and bump into me because they didn't get back straight away, so they didn't leave us any space. Hits the ball directly to the opponent with a grounded shot. Dives into the corner straight away. The opponent stops the ball in the corner. They are taking control. This is the correct thing to do. Unfortunately on the flick, but a good idea. Teammate gets stuck in early. Not a bad thing to do. Again, takes a shot from a bad angle, so they're pushing their momentum to the outside while they try and shoot across to the inside. Now Bless was doing a 2v1 because they went for the boost. Teammate dribbles the ball into opponent dribbles the ball into the corner. Teammates dove in there for no reason. And they're ahead of the ball again. They've gone for a pointless aerial, which passes the ball away into the middle, which is not what you want to do at all. They've just dove in and completely whiffed the ball because they're trying to play fast, and they believe that. They've just done a pointless hit off the backboard against the 2 players in defense and not pulled them out and tried to create space. Good demo, though. That's good. And we should be able to do something here. Great demo. We're going to match the height of the ball. That is a fundamental. I've told them I got it. I think I was getting annoyed at how much they were just hitting the ball away. And they've hit the ball away, even though I told them I got it. And they're probably going to just smash that away again against a player who's clearly blocking the ball. We are under a lot of pressure now. It's probably a goal. Yep. So this is what happens. Like, you can just point fundamentals out over and over. Hitting the ball away, hitting the ball away, hitting the ball away. And pointless movement around the map, waiting ahead of the ball. It's literally, you know, I did tell you guys. People said, do it. You know, I want to see what it's like. I can do it, but it's not going to be very entertaining. So we'll just do it for this one game. So you can just see how many mistakes off the fundamentals are made. Okay, nice. Got bumped, that's fine. Okay, so opponent dives in as last man instead of covering the net there. Could have turned away. Right here, they've gone for a jump. They wouldn't have blocked anything. They've just dove in again. It's literally the same thing. It's just diving in and hitting the ball away. And yet people still maintain this idea of momentum. Could turn sideways for that hit. Great demo. That's good. Okay. Teammates on 0 boost trying to do a backball play, which means they're going to take ages to recover. Ball comes first, we've got to fake that. good hit from the opponent, but really is it a good hit? No, because it just pushes the ball directly to us and they've just dove into the corner, which gives us a free ball. Doesn't really do anything for them. Teammates just pushing this ball at the opponents on the same wall where both of the players are situated instead of taking their time and moving it into the middle. Opponents just passed me the ball. They're just going to smack that ball away from themselves, off target. I'm going to move it away, trying to create and trying to bait them in. Teammates just under the ball, not really doing anything here. We're just going to make some defensive plays. I'm going to pop this ball up, see what we can get him to do, see if last man dives. Last man's doing a good job there, going to net. Bad miss from me. And opponent just flips the ball away from themselves, look for a lucky dunk. This is a perfectly easy ball to deal with. Teammate defends it well. That's not bad. Opponent's coming off the ceiling from the quarter map. Not going to do anything. It's just going to take him a long time to recover. Opponent's taking a low percentage shot, even though people say it's high percentage, it's low percentage. He just passes the ball. Nice from the opponent to throw that away. Oh, never mind, they're throwing the ball away. Into the corner it goes, so we can take possession, match the height of the ball here. We can just wait with it because they just threw it away. Teammates decide to block us. I literally have no idea what I'm watching anymore. That is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. So for some reason they decide to literally park their car directly in where I'm trying to escape, as opposed to just waiting deep in net. That's another fundamental thing broken, but this is Camp 2. And that's another goal. Alright, hopefully we can get a good kickoff. Okay, not bad. Teammate just dives in, flips themselves forwards, and now they're in the corner, but they did manage to get the boost. Opponent just throws the ball away from themselves back into the corner. Teammate grabs the ball, but probably just going to throw the ball away from themselves. Yep, shooting high to low, which is terrible because it just literally passes the opponent the ball. Opponent rushes it instead of taking their time, even though they had a 2v1. Going to grab the boost, again they're rushing it, and teammate hits the ball away when we had open space to the left hand side. Good, nearly a demo attempt. I'm going to take control of the ball here so we can get a quick flick. And teammate's got to go here, and he does score it. We had to flick. I didn't want to flick it. I remember this game. I didn't actually want to flick it. But again, this is why I rotate like this. Because you guys will rotate into the ball, and your first touch actually hits the ball away from yourself. My first touch actually moves it into a diagonal, so it's easy to get the ball on the car and flick it. Okay, ball's in the corner. Let's see what happens. The teammates above the ball, which is good. Now they've just left that position. We're going to just shoot this ball away and go for overtime, I think. Good play from the opponent. Yeah, that's just a fourth. Okay. Ball's in the corner. Okay, let's see how we deal with this. It's been stuck up. Teammates dove into the corner, which means there's an open net, even though they could have just defended in the net. Okay, they're going to chase this down. They're probably just going to dive in. They do. And the opponent's here, so hopefully they're waiting net. No, they've just thrown it back to my teammate. Now they're both in the corner. No one's covering net. Try and jab it round one, get the bump. There's an open net for the teammate. They completely whiff the shot. Good hit from them. They try and shoot high to low, so it's just the easiest thing in the world to block. We're going to come off here and just block this away, because that is dangerous. Opponent pushes the ball directly into their net and gets 50. I mean, if you were talking this like it was, you know, like that, people wouldn't be too happy, I don't think, because it just exposes just how ridiculous the game is at the moment. But that's basically what I said I could do. So essentially all you see is diving, hitting the ball away, and pushing the balls into corners and not creating any offense. That, I could do this with a Grand Champ 2 game. There is no creation in the game. But we'll get back into saying it normally. But hopefully that helps a few of you who wanted to know some of the fundamentals. Everyone's just shooting. There's no one actually doing anything but going up to the ball and just hitting it. It's crazy. That's like a... It's like... I like this explanation. If you look at white collar boxing, they go in and they start swinging. No one throws a fake jab. No one feints. No one does any head moves. They just try and knock the other guy out, right? If you look at professional boxers, they spend the majority of the fight not throwing punches, faking, moving, trying to get their footwork going. That's the difference. If you're good at something, you're looking to try and create more circumstances that suit you well. And when you look at Pro Rocket League, a lot of them will work and move the ball around until they get a situation that works well for them, and then they'll go for the finish. In anything but that high level, it's always a one. It's always on the one beat, as I call it. Everyone, look, he will just hit this ball most likely. That's actually good. He fakes. That's the first fake I think I've seen. But otherwise, that's actually a really good play. everyone just does the same thing. No one just sees, like, we move this fake there to get a draw 50. Like, people aren't doing that. Everything's got to be the hit. This guy's good. That Frizz guy is doing a good job. So we're waiting deep in net here. And we're just going to take our time. Take our time, get close. Nice little jab, cut it around. And then just try and put a jab shot onto the backboard. Good save, really good save. Didn't flip through, don't have to flip through when you're doing those kind of shots because it's so low that you're going to score it. You don't want to flip through. So good save from them. And what happens is the second man, Spike, he should be deep in net, but he's not. I don't know where he's gone. So he probably he drove off for the boost. Yeah. So he should have just waited in net. You know, I'd rather save a ball with 0 boost than give an open net with 100. That's how you want to think of this. Move away. Block in the middle. Giving ourselves loads of slack here. That's a bad miss from me. Loads of slack. Great play from the teammate. Jeez. A second man. And again here. We're giving ourselves loads of slack and we can always move into it. And that was bad from me vision-wise. That was bad from me vision-wise, to be fair. But I should have still been fine. Like, if I hit this, it's a goal. That's the thing. This would be a goal if, like, he just came from the blind spot. But, yeah, teammate just missed it as well. Should have probably just waited in net a second man. And I know people question that. I don't mean you should always wait in there. I've done plenty of replay analysis and stuff before. I haven't told people to wait in there. And even in the games, I don't always wait in there. But I can tell you statistically that when people go out and try to challenge, they get scored on a lot more in these lower ranks. And when I say lower ranks, I mean anything below, probably SSL now, to be quite honest. They get scored on much more if they go to challenge than if they wait in there and try to defend. So you will get scored on. Like, you're not meant to win a 2v1. That's why you try to avoid them. But like, say here, like Spike, they're in no man's land, so it's a guaranteed goal. So because they're so close, I mean, obviously their teammate dove in as last man there, but that's sort of the point. You dive in as last man, the chance of you getting scored on is much higher than if you just waited in net. Like, if you played permanent goalkeeper, you'll probably actually be more successful than someone who just dives in as last man. That's bad for me. I need a bit more mobility. Great bump. Yeah, this is bad for me. I'm facing the play too long here. I don't know why. Yeah, that's way too long to be that close. It was a great bump from them as well. But that, yeah, that you don't want to be that long, sort of killing facing the play. Put it into the corner. The block. Bit risky there to put it across the face of the net. We just move that to the side. Grab the boost first because we've got plenty of time here. And then as they come forward, we can just jab that up there. And then we can just grab this boost because we want to pull them out. It's exactly right. So defending the corners again. People say, yeah, you defend that, right? Why? What are you going to gain hitting the ball away from yourself? It just creates an open net. That's why I like to just try and control it in that situation. If you can, if you can't, try waiting deep in net. Save it when it's actually dangerous. Rather than giving an open net. Again, it's that principle, isn't it? Would you rather save it like that? And now I can at least try and save it again. There you go. Or would you rather smack it away from yourself, not wait in net and guarantee the goal? That's the question. So see how we're always close to the ball? You make them throw it away, but they'll throw it away themselves. But these Cap guys, I gotta say, this is quite a good lobby. Yeah, decent players. Yeah, well played from Cap again. A decent player, he's moved into it, and again, last man's in the corner because they're thinking about challenging, so they go in towards the ball to pressure it, but then they realise they can't because it's too dangerous, but then you can't turn away, it's over. But could they have waited in net and been fine? Yeah, they could have. They really could have. Okay, you can put that into the corner, nice. So whenever you're behind the play like that, just put the ball into the corner if you can. Nice handoff. Always pop it up like that if you can. And then again, try and keep that ball low so it sticks to the surface and then it's very easy to deal with. Although second man there came out of net and came onto the back. But they didn't need to. I was on the backboard with like a lot of boost. And now what's happened is they forced a rotation. As second man, you shouldn't look to force rotations. You should like sort of know when it's going to happen by the teammate leaving the ball. Then you move into it. You don't need to go before they necessarily go. Like I did it there, and look what it cost us, almost a goal. And I did it because my teammate was behind the ball there. Whereas if they run, so right there, they could have gone to the ball, and I would have let them have it. There you go. See, They can go to the ball, have it. It doesn't really bother me. But if they're behind it, like this, now I'm basically got to play a hybrid position. So I will have to go onto the backboard. There we go. Hopefully this... Oh, a bit of a difficult bounce that was. We can take our time here. We can look to put it into the middle or cut behind it. That's fine. We look for demo. Just open net. Teammate. Teammate's got 100 boosts. Let's try another one. Give him a little bump. There you go. Unlucky. Good defending. That's why it's so important to attack as a team. And this is what happens when you hit the ball away or you go challenge a ball. You are solo. So if you go out and hit a ball after your teammate whiffed it, which is, again, this is why you don't want to do that anyway, you're now forced into a solo game. So you can't like bump someone and let them get the easy tap in because they won't be in position. So like right here, they came in as I was coming back and now we're displaced. So we actually lose a lot of pressure, like good pressure, I mean, like opportunity, I should say, not so much pressure, because we're attacking as individuals as opposed to attacking as a team. Those concepts are very important.